Hello and welcome out there, all you race junkers, YouTubers, Facebook folks and beyond. We're going to get right into it today. As you can see, we got some sets of cylinder heads to sell here. If you're watching this video, chances are you probably need a set, or you might know somebody that does. We got some aluminum, got some cast, we got some aftermarket, and we have some stock. Got some big block Chevy, we got some small block Chevy. Let's get right into it here. Start off with this nice set of Vortec 350 heads. Probably started off from the factory on Camaro, Firebird, something like that. Got a casting number 101-25320. Got the date code of F274. If you were looking to get those back onto a original numbers matching engine, we can build them up for you, or if you wanted to turn them into racers, you can do that too. That's set number 1, cast 350 Vortec heads. Still have the stock pressed in rocker arms. We can go with a screw in if you like. Now we'll move on to set number 2 here. Set number 2 is a set of big block Chevy oval port heads. Casting number 336781. Pretty common number. A lot of guys run these. They look to be in very good shape. Seats still all there. Still got the old stock guide plates and rocker arm studs in them. Guides have been checked. They're a little loose. If you were going to run it on the street, I would suggest having us put some liners in them, or at least get a set of new valves for them. Go from there. Looks like these are going to be an old Camaros, possibly a Corvette. Do a little homework on that number. I'm sure you'll find that they fit multiple applications. Good solid set of big block Chevy heads here. Been hot tank magged. All bolt holes have been checked out and they're ready to roll. One of them has a date code H373. And the other one's date code is very similar. It's H173. Been sitting around for a while. They're looking for a home. They're looking for you to come put them on that next new motor you want to build. Next up, got a set of double humps here. Older style ones with no accessory holes. They do have new bronze guide liners in them. Sitting race ready to roll. They do have 20216 has been cut out on the seats. As you can see, they're bare castings, and they still do have the stock rocker arms in them. Like I said earlier, they are old style double humps with no accessory holes. One little discrepancy: one is a 462 and one is a 461, although you'll notice both of them are open chambers. And a good solid little set of heads here. I have some other ones that are all built up. These are sitting bare. You can build to the customer's discretion. Up next, moving right along, have another set of new style double humps here with accessory holes. Similar situation, a little bit different casting number, but still a good matching set of heads. The deck's been cut, so the CCs are the same. They are 63 CCs. One of them is a casting number of 3973370, and the other one is a casting number of a little bit more common, the 3927, and you might recognize the 186. Other heads exactly identical, just a little bit of a different part number. As you can see, they have a fresh mill on the deck. They do have 105-pound springs in them, and with some PEP hardened valve keepers, O-ring umbrella seals, and they are fitted out with some GM 194 intake and 15 exhaust. And this particular set here has the PEP hardened screw-in rocker studs in it. Moving right along here to the next set. New fresh valves in there. Yeah, new springs and locks also. Those are the Dart 200, 48cc chamber, 200 runner. Very nice set of heads here. I think we want right around 800 for those. Moving right along. Racing head services set right here. Number 123 3.6. These also have the smaller chambers on them. They're 52 cc's and been freshly gone through. Everything's been inspected on them. They've been on the shelf for a while and they're looking for a home. They do have the new Precision Engine Product springs in them, along with Manley 202 intake and 1.6 exhaust. It's a PBM retainer on there with a hardened valve lock. Great little set of high compression heads there. I believe those are right around $800 also. Moving right along, we'll come over here to this lightly used, and when I mean that, I do mean lightly used. I think they may have been run just for a few hours on possibly a guy's drag car. They are 69 cc chamber, Pro 220 runner aluminum head. They do have 202 and 1.6 valves in them, and they're in at 170 pounds of seat pressure. Just a good, solid, pre-used set of heads. Been checked out. They're ready to roll. Could probably go about $850 on those. That's the Pro 220 runner, 69 cc aluminum heads there. On next, we got a nice set of late model Brodex IMCA racing heads here. 64 cc's. They do have Manley valve springs in them, Manley spring cups, valve locks, and even the intake and exhaust valves are Manley. Those are 208 1.6 valves. Set of pre-used heads here, been gone back through, checked out, and they're ready to go on your late model IMCA racing motor. Got a fresh deck on them. New springs, and I'm seeing those fancy titanium retainers. I imagine you could get into those for right around $1,000. Okay, we just finished up here with steel racing head services for $950. Those are angle plug, and we're moving right along here to the Dart heads, and they are also angle plug, but they are 48 cc's, and they have a 2.055 intake and a 1.6 exhaust, and they also have some nice fancy 7/16 brand spanking new rocker arm studs with new guide plates also, and it looks like they've got all new valves in them as well. Those are Precision Engine Products valve, and they have new springs, retainers, and locks also. Would you look at that? Like I say, we got a set of Dart angle plugs, it looks to be. Yes, they are angle plugs. Well, you know that. Look at that great price on those, $9.99, and we'll go OBO on those. So we'll go ahead and make an offer. Those are the Dart small block Chevy steel 48 cc heads, new valves. All of the heads that I'm showing you here today have been fully inspected and had a new 3 or 5, some of them possibly a 7 angle valve job on the racing stuff, and have all been checked out and are ready to go. So we're going to keep rolling here, and we're going to come on down to this set of new style. When I say new style, I mean with accessory holes, set of double humps. These are a set of 186s, 63 cc's, as you can see, with a fresh mill, just 10 off the deck there, and they're in at 105 pounds of seat pressure. It's probably a new Precision Engine Products spring, and we can go 500 on them. As you see, they do, like all of our heads here, have a complete build sheet with them, and this particular set has been freshly cut on the deck. Would you look at that? Oh my goodness, those are pretty. So we got a fresh mill on the deck here. We got a full valve job. We got new bronze guide liners in them. I'd say that's one heck of a deal for a set of new style double hump heads. Looks to be the date code is 159 on the first set, and the date code looks to be 138 on the second set. Very nice set of new style double humps with accessory holes, as you see there, all built up and ready to go. Moving right along. What do we got here? An old style set of double humps. We have one 461 and we have one 462. Now we'll go 200 on these for the bare set, or we can build them up for whatever you like to use. They still have the stock rocker arm studs in them, and they have had new guide liners put into them. The seats look like they're up on them all right, and they're cut out to 202 and 16. Pretty much a virgin set here. Not a whole lot done to them, unless you decide to. How's that, huh? And then we're going to move along. After the old style double humps, we're going to move along here, and what do we got? Oh, we got some big block Chevy heads. Would you look at that? Big block Chevy oval ports. Last three on the casting number is 781. We got a matching set here. Date codes are slightly apart. One is H373 and the other one is H173. Very nice set of stock big block Chevy heads here. Probably came off a Camaro. Maybe a Corvette. As you can see, the chambers are just immaculate. Virgin set of heads here, hasn't been touched. Slightly pitted on the exhaust. I would suggest a valve job. Whether we do it or you have it done yourself, or you do it yourself in your garage. We go 400 on those OBO. You make an offer. You need them. Don't be shy to pull the trigger. Pick up that phone and give me a call. That is our big block Chevy set we currently have out. Keep in mind, I got a lot of other big block Chevy parts. I got dimple rods, I got 454 cranks, and I have lots of other sets of heads, bare and assembled. Some done, some together. I do also have, I believe, a 496 short block tall deck built up to accommodate some of those big block guys out there. Moving right along, we're going to switch on over here to the 350 Vortec heads. And these were probably on a Camaro or a Firebird or something similar to that. And they also are in great shape. Just kind of disassembled here. Probably took them in on trade back towards a guy who built up a different engine. Nothing wrong with them. Just need to find a home for them. We can go 225 on the bare set here, or as always, we can build them up as needed, whatever you like. That's a casting number of 101-25320, and it's the same on both. And the date code is identical on both of them too, F274. Very nice set of heads there. We can get you in them for $225 here for the bare castings. Moving right along, no, I'm going to switch on over here to the 350 Vortec heads. And these were probably on a Camaro or a Firebird or something similar to that. And they also are in great shape. Just kind of disassembled here. Probably took them in on trade back towards a guy who built up a different engine. Nothing wrong with them. Just need to find a home for them. We can go 225 on the bare set here, or as always, we can build them up as needed, whatever you like. That's a casting number of 101-25320, and it's the same on both. And the date code is identical on both of them too, F274. Very nice set of heads there. We can get you in them for $225 here for the bare castings. Moving right along, no, of course I didn't forget about you Ford guys, of course not. I do have a set of Ford heads here, and they are a 351 with all 8 hardened exhaust seats in there, which that's always a good thing. And of course they have the new bronze guide liners in them, and they are a 72cc head. Now, as you notice, they've got new frost plugs, this fancy dancy paint job, but the most important thing you want to see is these big 144 diameter springs set up for just about any kind of cam you want to throw at it. We can go 350 on those. OBO, I tell you what, why don't we just get crazy and you go ahead and make an offer and we'll see what we can do on those. Last but definitely not least, I have a single Dart Iron Eagle angle plug 200 runner with a 50cc chamber. Got a fresh valve job, new springs and retainers. I only want $199, $200 for that single head there. Amazing deal you can't afford to pass up. As you can see, it does have the new springs, new shims, been totally gone through, checked out, and she's ready to go. That's the last one I have for you here in this current video. Feel free, stop in, give us a call, drop an email or a text.